Hello, friends. God bless you. And I just wanted to address today the Asbury Revival 2023. Um, and I wanted to give my side, and the reason is I have received some calls, some text, some questions where people are raising questions. Let me be very clear. I have been at Asbury, and I can tell you that it is a work of God. It is a power and a manifestation of the Holy Spirit. I am not here to change your opinion. I am not here to explain you. What I'm trying to say is I believe it is the work of God. Because there is no planning, there is no preparation, there is no famous speaker, there is no famous preacher, there is no famous songwriters, there was no famous singer there, there was no Christian artist there, and still non-stop for days the worship and prayer continue. It started with just 20 kids get up and meet at regular Wednesday Bible study, and then they stayed and they continue praying and worshiping and praying and worshiping. And do you know that where Asbury University is? The Wilmore city is just about 6,000 population, but at given day there were 50 to 60,000 people swarm in that town. Just take a TikTok. There were 78 million viewers at a given time on the TikTok. People came not from every corner of the United States, but from abroad, from other countries. There was no break. It was continuous worship and prayer. And if this is not the work of the Holy Spirit, then what it is? At Asbury, they tell us that we don't wanted to call this as a revival, we wanted to call it as an awakening. There are so many people who are coming that authorities has to shut down the roads so people cannot come there. There were 4 or 5 places there, but they were all full and people were waiting in lines to get in. This is absolutely work of the Holy Spirit. What I'm trying to address, it is in Jesus' days also people raise questions. They say that Jesus is healing people or casting out demons with the help of Beelzebub. They said that what good came out of Nazareth? They also said that we know who Jesus is. Is it not that her mom, Miriam, and dad, Joseph, is with us? They were boasting in Jesus' time that we are children of Abraham. This is all about legalistic. This is all about religion. And this is today. The people who doubt and raise question are in the same mentality. There is no difference in Jesus' time and now how people react when the work of the Holy Spirit happens. You know, Jesus did 37 miracles total. But every one of them very unique. Jesus raised people multiple times. He opened the eyes. Jesus raised the dead 3 times. Jairus' daughter, the widow's son in Naim, and Lazarus. But everyone were unique. Jesus never repeated the miracle or healing the same way he did it before. And why is that? Because Jesus did not wanted people to put God in a box. And that is same today. Jesus don't want us to put himself into box. In those times, the leaders of the church were saying that you can be healed in 6 days, but not on Sabbath. And today also, people says that God has to use some prominent ways or prominent speaker, or God has to bring revival in certain ways from certain towns, from certain denominations. Do you know in Jesus' time or after Jesus, the followers of Jesus were not even called Christians. They were known as the people of the way. That's how the Christians were known. The people of the way. Followers of Jesus were known as the people of the way, not as the Christians. And today, we are trying to put God in a box. That God cannot use these college kids. Or God can use only certain denominations. Or God can do the revival in certain ways. When we try to put God in box, we miss the biggest encounter of Holy Spirit. Who we are, we think that we can say that God has to work this way only. He is God. He is King. He can do whatever He wants and the way He wants. We cannot dictate. You know, I said earlier, that is not my intention to change your views or answer every question. However, I can take Philip's approach. In John chapter 1, Philip comes and says that I have found Messiah, about whom Moses and the prophet has written in the law. So, after reading the writings of Moses and prophets, Philip come to conclusion that Jesus is Messiah. And he tells this to Nathanael. And Nathanael says that good comes out of Nazareth. Now Philip could have gone back to scriptures and Old Testament and the writings of prophets and Moses and prove to Nathanael that Jesus is Messiah. He didn't do that. He said that, Nathanael, come and see. And that's what my prayer is. That if you have doubt, if you have question, come to the Holy Spirit, come to the Father. Come and see. Don't just take my words. See, awakening or revival, whatever you call it, it's always messy. When the power of the Holy Spirit, when the Holy Spirit, God Himself manifests and is present, things always get disrupted. The thinking, the way we do things, everything get messy. But just because it is messy, because it is disruptive, we cannot say this is not the work of God. And the people who are so organized or think so legalistically or about so much of religion, do you know that in Jesus' genealogy, there is a woman's name Rahab? She was prostitute. Do you know in Jesus' genealogy, there is another woman's name, Ruth? She was not even Jew. She was Moabite. Do you know whom Jesus declared Himself that I am Messiah? He did not told to Peter. He did not told that to disciples whom He loved. He did not told to His own mother Mary. But Jesus told of one outcast, woman whose life was questionable, the woman at the well in Samaria. Jesus revealed that He is Messiah. So my friends, all I am asking you, that as you are watching Asbury Revivals videos or hear about it or testimonies, and if you have doubts, I would say just like Philip, come and see. find out yourself. And then I guarantee you, when you will find out, you will be blessed. I hope God has blessed you today. Thank you.